Y'all didn't want Kamala Harris to be president because she laughed too much. So that meant that she wasn't serious about the position. She smiled too much. Racism is a mental illness. And I heard people say this that would confidently not classify themselves as racist. Until you, as a white person, can say, I am racist, I was born in a world made for me, and I have to actively wake up every day and make conscious decisions to dismantle racism in myself and others. Until you can say that, we're constantly going to get situations where you're going to say stupid shit, like a black woman showed too much joy, and that means she wasn't serious about her job. And even if you voted for Kamala and you still said that dumb shit, your comments are what cause other people to not vote for her. Therefore, you contributed in this fuck show of a government that is happening at the moment, and you will never be forgiven. And I hope every time you open your mouth to speak, a big horsefly, a mosquito, a moth flies into your mouth and you swallow it, and it lingers right here long enough for you to taste it, and you gag and you choke and you throw up a little bit and you swallow it back into your mouth and it tastes like a burnt fucking tire. And I hope every single time you smile or laugh or show any kind of joy in your life, people come along to immediately squash and steal that joy, you fucking bitch. Because if a black woman doesn't deserve to be happy because God forbid you can't simultaneously love your job and take it seriously, you fucking weirdo, then you should never be able to experience joy again. I hope every day is fucking like Murphy's Law, and it's always something. And even at the very least, your socks continue to roll down into your shoe, or your panties continue to roll into your butt crack, no matter how many times you dig them bitches out, no matter how much panty glue that you use. I hope that every single time you walk, your shoes make a loud, disruptive noise where everybody turns around and looks at you and laugh. I hope every time you accidentally bump into something or trip into something, there is always at least one person there to point at you and laugh hysterically. I hope that every single time you do something to try and chase your dreams, you are set back 10 steps every single time and nothing falls through for you. I hope when you get old, you constantly talk about how you could have been and should have been famous, and people are so fucking bored to tears and tired of hearing your story that nobody ever wants to come around or be around you ever. And I hope you go to bed crying because of how lonely you are eating cold cans of tuna fish for dinner. I hope you get a cat and you get attached to it, and that motherfucker runs away never to return again and gets adopted by a family who actually was on the right side of history. I hope your back hurts and for the rest of your life one side of your nose is always clogged, and you will spend the rest of your life going to see doctors and getting second opinions, and they always tell you that nothing is wrong. And no medicine you take, no diet you go on, no stretch or exercise that you do will ever heal or relieve the pain or the stuffy nose that you have. I hope that you have a big painful pimple in the middle of your forehead and it's red and pus filled, and over time, with the passing of each day, you get one more pimple until your face looks like a goddamn Rice Krispie treat. And I hope you spend the rest of your life trying ointments and lotions and salves and creams, and for 2 seconds you get a glimmer of hope that the shit's actually working, until you wake up in the morning and there's 10 more pimples on your face. And I hope with every movement, every expression, it's painful, and not even ice can relieve the pain. Nothing will ever relieve the pain. And I hope that if you have children, they cause you problems. The school practically knows you by first, middle, and last name. You live there. And you will always have to take time off from work to go see what's going on with your kids. And no matter what you do, I hope that you have a good conversation with the teacher and y'all feel good and y'all are going to work together as a team, and then things get worse the next day. I hope your kids are fucking failures. I hope they're pathetic losers who smile and laugh all the time and never take anything fucking seriously. Except this time it's actually going to be true. And you're going to spend the rest of your life trying to make friends, but the people in the neighborhood, whenever they see you coming or see you in the grocery store, they're going to say, oh God, here she comes, going the other direction. We don't want her talking to us. And I hope you have a smell. I hope you smell like a rotted pumpkin a month after Halloween. And no deodorant, no lotion, no body mist, no perfume or spray is going to get rid of that funk. And I hope you're built like Gru from Despicable Me. And no matter what diet you go on, no matter what meds you take, no matter how many exercises you do, you look like Gru. And every time you lose 5 pounds, you gain 10 more. And it's never proportionate. So you spend the rest of your life looking like a cartoon character. I hope you get an endless stream of hate comments, and no matter how many times you filter your comments, no matter how many times you limit them to mutuals, no matter how many times you turn the comments off, there's always one that slips through, that hits you right where it hurts every single time. If you ever get married, I hope your husband leaves you for somebody 20 times more attractive than you, who has a more lucky life than you do. And I pray that he does it in the most sad, gut wrenching, I never saw it coming, most humiliating type of way. I hope you never know peace. And you wake up every 15 minutes and you toss and turn, and no side of your pillow is ever cold. And your showers are always freezing. And every time you eat something even cool, it bothers your teeth and you can't finish whatever you're eating. And I hope that you always lose your wallet, so much so that you have to keep getting your license replaced, and then the DMV stops doing it because they think you're committing some type of fraud. I hope that every time you get on a flight to take a vacation, the flight is delayed and canceled so you can never go anywhere. I hope every time there's a plan that you get excited about, it is always canceled at the last minute when you're literally sitting in the parking lot ready to go inside. I hope every time you turn on your air conditioner, when it's hot outside, it does nothing but blow room temperature air. Not hot, not cold, but room temperature. And you're going to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars spending money on getting somebody to come out and look at it. And it'll work when they leave, and then it'll go back to blowing that room temperature ass muggy air. And I hope that it's with a mechanic that has a no money back policy, and you sign that contract. And even if you do take them to court, you will actually wind up losing money, and the judge will dismiss the case because your stupid ass signed the contract. And it's always going to be some way on that contract that you missed it, but it's going to be blatantly right there, so the judge can't say you were tricked by small print or anything like that. I hope that you're the person at the family reunion that everybody avoids, and you're going to sit by yourself lonely in the corner eating potato salad. Every time the family kids see you coming, they're going to run away crying to their parents until somebody gets fed up and tells you to leave. And I hope that no matter how many times you fill up your tank, you're always on E. And when you take the car to the mechanic, they're not going to find anything wrong with it. And you're not going to be able to return the car. You're not going to be able to fix the car. You're not going to be able to sell the car. So the few attempts that you try at getting a new car, that car is also going to do the same thing. But it's not going to happen until after you reach the point to where you can no longer return the car. And it's not going to be a lemon law or anything like that. Nobody, anytime you get it inspected, they're never going to be able to find it, and you will never be able to prove that anything is wrong with your car. And they're going to think that something is wrong with you every single time, to the point where they're going to ban you from car dealerships. Until you admit that you're a fucking racist bitch and you actively, daily make choices and actions that will dismantle racism in both you and yourself, this will be your life for the rest of your life. And when you get old and gray and pass away from a miserable existence, I hope the same issues pass down to your children. And I hope that every single time you order food, the order is always wrong. It's always off by something. However, you can never get your money back because magically the receipt's going to show that the order is actually correct every single time.